नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तद्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanandam, everyone. A warm and sacred welcome to all our viewers joining us from all around the world for KAILASA's Om Awards Ceremony, a special celebration held as part of the KAILASA's Guru Purnima festivities. Today, we gather in gratitude and reverence to honor the timeless wisdom of Sanātana Hindu Dharma, to celebrate the extraordinary individuals whose lives reflect compassion, service, leadership, and the highest human values. Guru Purnima, the sacred full moon dedicated to the Guru, is not merely a festival or a traditional observance. It is a profound cosmic moment, a celestial opening when the Guru Tattva, the eternal principle of the Guru, manifests with its highest intensity on planet Earth. It is the day when the grace of the Guru Parampara, the unbroken lineage of enlightened masters, flows abundantly towards every sincere seeker, illuminating the path from ignorance to the ultimate realization. Traditionally celebrated on the full moon day of the Hindu month of Ashadha, which is June and July, the Guru Purnima carries multiple layers of profound significance. Guru Purnima is also revered as Vyasa Purnima, commemorating the appearance of Bhagavan Veda Vyasa, the great sage who compiled the Vedas, authored the Mahabharata, and organized the vast spiritual wisdom of Sanātana Hindu Dharma for humanity, especially for Kali Yuga. Through his extraordinary contribution, Bhagavan Veda Vyasa became the eternal Guru who preserved and transmitted the sacred knowledge of enlightenment for generations to come. So on this sacred day, the Guru Tattva, the divine principle of the Guru, is experienced in its most powerful and accessible form. The relationship between the Guru and disciple is not merely a human connection. It is the sacred bridge between the individual consciousness, the Jiva, and the ultimate supreme consciousness, Paramashiva. Through the grace of the Guru, the seeker is guided beyond limitation, ignorance, and separation into the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, has revealed that Guru Purnima represents the highest purpose of existence itself, not only the fulfillment of human life, but the ultimate destiny of the entire cosmos, the experience of complete oneness with the Guru and the realization of Paramadvaita, the state of non-duality beyond all opposites. Paramashiva alone grants the ultimate liberation because he is the source of the five cosmic actions: creation, sustenance, dissolution, concealment, and revelation. The Guru is the living embodiment of this Paramashiva Tattva, manifesting the divine presence that guides beings through enlightenment. So on Guru Purnima, this divine presence becomes especially available, creating a sacred opportunity for transformation, surrender, and inner awakening. On this auspicious day, Paramashiva's grace shines upon every seeker, offering the possibility to release all incompletions, dissolve all karmic patterns, and transcend everything that separates us from the realization of our own enlightened nature. Offer everything that limits you, surrender with devotion, open yourself with completeness to the Guru's grace, And in that surrender, discover the ultimate truth that you are Paramashiva. So before we begin honoring today's distinguished recipients, let us take a moment to reflect on the extraordinary life and the global mission of our beloved Guru, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, through this visual representation, which offers a glimpse into the profound contribution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to humanity, his lifelong commitment to spiritual awakening of all humanity, and his mission to revive and preserve the ancient, enlightened, Sanātana, indigenous Hindu civilizational nation. What we have just witnessed is a glimpse into the remarkable life, the vision and mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam. Through his teachings, initiatives and global service, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has dedicated his entire life to the revival of enlightened living, the preservation of ancient Hindu wisdom, and the creation of KAILASA's ecosystems across the world where humanity can reconnect with its highest potential. So now we turn our attention towards the understanding of the historical and the juridical foundations of KAILASA, exploring its history, its identity, heritage, and its place within the framework of international recognition.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, this ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through Kailasa results in the legal recognition of Kailasa as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in Respect of Treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon. Despite this, he was recognized as the head of state as well as head of the Church and given full privileges of the position after their return to Rome. Even in 1861, much of the papal territories had been lost, leaving the Pope with no sovereign territory other than the papal residence and related buildings. Yet his temporal powers were still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, through the line of succession, is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of Kailasa, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPA
So, as we continue this sacred celebration, we now enter one of the most meaningful segments of today's program, which is the presentation of the KAILASA Om Awards. The KAILASA Om Awards represents the highest recognition bestowed by KAILASA. It honors exceptional individuals whose lives and contributions have created a meaningful impact in the world through service, compassion, leadership, creativity, and dedication to humanity. The distinguished awardees represent diverse nations, cultures, professions, and traditions, yet they are unified by a shared commitment to building a world founded upon peace, dignity, coexistence, and conscious living. Each recipient embodies the values that are deeply cherished by KAILASA, which is compassion for all beings, respect for diversity, non-violence, equality, inclusion, and the pursuit of a spiritually enriched life. As part of this distinguished honor, KAILASA Om Awards recipients are invited to become members of the Lok Sabha of KAILASA, which is the Hindu Parliament think tank, and they are also welcomed into the United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations, or the UAN. The Lok Sabha of KAILASA serves as a platform for visionary thinkers, scholars, leaders, and contributors who provide intellectual, cultural, and strategic guidance towards the preservation and flourishing of Sanātana Hindu Dharma. The United Ancient Indigenous Enlightened Nations, the UAN, is an intergovernmental platform founded by KAILASA, representing more than 160 indigenous nations and communities worldwide, dedicated to preserving ancestral wisdom, amplifying indigenous voices, and advancing sustainable and enlightened leadership for future generations. So now let us watch a short video about the UAN for deeper insights.
Established since 2002 in the United States of America, the United Ancient Nations is an intergovernmental organization currently made up of 160+ members and indigenous nations. The UAN and its work are guided by the purposes and principles contained in its founding charter. The UAN is a manifestation of the profound connection amongst indigenous peoples across the world, including African, Andean, American, European, Caribbean, Oceanic, and Asian regions, rooted in shared wisdom, sustainable practices, and deep reverence for the earth. The United Ancient Nations serves as an international cultural and diplomatic organization focused on uniting indigenous cultures globally. Our governance structure is council-based without territorial claims, led by a collective leadership through our General Secretariat. As a non-state entity with UN-style advocacy, we focus on several key areas: cultural and digital heritage preservation, indigenous diplomacy, revival of indigenous knowledge systems to solve humanity's problems, global peace, environmental preservation, health and wellness, sustained economic development, indigenous and cultural tourism. While the UAN represents numerous indigenous cultures, the United States of KAILASA serves as the first indigenous nation specifically for Hindus. KAILASA's mission is focused on the revival of the ancient enlightened Sanātana Hindu civilization, with a formal governance structure including a head of state, ministers, and ambassadors. Under the leadership of SPH, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, KAILASA has achieved recognition as a sovereign subject of international law, possessing distinctive attributes of juridical statehood. The United States of KAILASA is the main sponsor of the proposed UAN headquarters. This initiative would bring forth an estimated $100 million in revenue for the host country through summits, conferences, tourism, and development projects. The proposed UAN headquarters would represent the world's indigenous nations and peoples through its architectural design. It would blend the best of all worlds, featuring top modern architecture, the highest green building standards, and ancient Vastu architectural principles. This headquarters would serve as a central hub for indigenous diplomacy, cultural preservation, and collaborative efforts towards sustainable development and global peace. Through this initiative, we aim to create a dignified platform for indigenous leadership rooted in ancestral wisdom, cultural legitimacy, and collaborative innovation, enhancing global dialogue and regional stability. The establishment of the UAN headquarters would position a host country at the forefront of a global movement promoting indigenous wisdom while creating significant economic opportunities for the nation and its people.
And now, with deep reverence and gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, we now arrive at the most awaited moment of today's celebration, which is the presentation of the KAILASA Om Awards Ceremony. And today, we have the honor to present the KAILASA Mitra Award upon Sri Kandaswamy Gurukul. The KAILASA Mitra Award is conferred upon distinguished individuals who have established a long-lasting friendship with KAILASA. And Sri Kandaswamy Gurukul is the founder and the chief priest of the Sri Naga Pushani Ambika Sameta Naga Lingeshwara Temple in Toronto, Canada. And he has dedicated more than 21 years to serving humanity through spiritual guidance, counseling, and the performance of sacred rituals, revered for his profound understanding of human nature, compassionate approach, and commitment to uplifting others. He has guided thousands of individuals and families through life's most challenging moments, offering wisdom rooted in the timeless principle of Sanātana Hindu Dharma that true wealth lies in inner peace and happiness. Through his spiritual insights, selfless service, and dedication to preserving and sharing Vedic traditions, Hindu traditions, Sri Kandaswamy Gurukul continues to inspire and support communities, helping individuals find clarity, healing, and fulfillment on their spiritual journeys. In 2025, last year, the Sri Naga Pushani Ambika Sameta Naga Lingeshwara Temple signed a Memorandum of Understanding with KAILASA Toronto, strengthening collaboration in the areas of spiritual and cultural service. The temple has also hosted the Kumbh Mela celebration in collaboration with KAILASA Toronto, bringing together devotees and community members in a celebration of Sanātana Hindu traditions and spiritual heritage. And now I would like to invite Sri Kandaswamy Gurukulji to please share a few words.
This is all. Today is Guru Purnima, very important day. We need a human, we need a guide. The guide is very important to the Guru. Guru without, we cannot seek the God. God is always inside our heart. Even without Guru, we cannot see. That's why the Guru Purnima, important to this is Swamiji Nithyananda, I know very long time, since a small age, in Tiruvannamalai. After I know that Swamiji come here in Canada too, I visit the Mississauga program and everything 2-3 days. And now I am so happy. We are trying back. Swami come back to Canada too soon to visit our place and everything. Plus all the Canadian, all the people, we get the blessing to Swami. We are Guru Purnima. We planning to today Swami, futures soon to come Swami to Canada. That's why we need a blessing to Canada too. Swami is always here. Physically want to come here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sri Kandaswamy ji, and it's a great honor and pleasure to be conferring the KAILASA Om Awards upon you. And thank you so much for all the work that you are doing in Canada, in Toronto, for preserving and spreading Sanātana Hindu Dharma. Thank you so much. Again, it's a great honor and pleasure to be conferring the KAILASA Om Awards upon you. Thank you. And now, as we conclude this segment and we prepare to receive the divine presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, let us enter this sacred moment with hearts filled with devotion, gratitude, and reverence. Let us now prepare ourselves to welcome the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And stay tuned, very soon the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, will be coming and gracing us with the presidential address. Please stay tuned. Thank you and Nithyanandam.
Nithyananda, Nithyananda, Sri Venkateshwara.